I decided to teach Black Panther, one, because I knew that it was doing like real cultural work, and so I thought it would be cool just to build an entire class around it. I think that cultural studies, American studies, we do critical practice, and so we understand that the intellectual work is also a political project as well. I know that I want students to walk away with having some understanding of like the political work that Afrofuturism is doing, and if I could relay that to them through a theme like Afrofuturism, then I'll do that. So I emphasize to my students that when we're analyzing Black Panther, we need to be attuned to what's going on inside the film, and then also sort of the politics that are circulating the film. And the plot line itself is about like power and oppression, and also think about different like philosophies of liberation. Oftentimes, like, I'll get resistance from my students in terms of the role of representation, because I think it's so embedded in our current cultural moment, and so it's a value that's taught. And so I was trying to kind of get ahead of that, because I'm getting them ready for their final projects, and I want to think as critically as possible. I would like my students to walk away from the class two things. One is having a more nuanced understanding about how power and privilege work, a more complex understanding that just because there are Black people featured on a screen, that is not necessarily inherently transformative in and of itself. It plays a role, but I want them to be able to like critically analyze some like the broader themes, and use that as an avenue then to question or not just forms of cultural production, but then just question sort of the things that seem commonsensical to them, but then also play into power and privilege. And so I want them just to develop a more critical eye, not just towards popular culture, but to their everyday lives.